All right, what's happening, everybody? Scott Hilse here with you today. Before I start this video, as always, be sure to subscribe and turn post notifications on because I answer any and all questions within the first hour of every single video release. Before I start this video, please hit like. This is completely free content. I'm just putting out to you. This video is definitely geared towards not having people be scammed. So the more likes we can get on this, the better, because the less people are going to get scammed. This is a very, very interesting topic right here. And I know a lot of people are scared to talk about it because a lot of people have things to hide. But I got nothing to hide, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is how gurus, I even hate that word. I hate it as much as entrepreneur, honestly, but gurus, this is how they fake results. It's pretty easy and it's pretty obvious when they do it, but unfortunately, the people who don't know what to look for are the ones getting scammed. So hopefully this video is gonna make you realize that there's a lot of scammers out there, and this is gonna help you avoid being one of the people who gets scammed by these scammers. So the number one way that people fake results is through draft orders. You can literally go into your Shopify right now and you can curate $3 million in draft orders over a week period if you want. It's just draft orders. It's just, they do it just for the screenshot to put on their website, all right? So, like I said, they're gonna go in and maybe find like a $150 product. They're gonna draft order it like thousands of times or get a bot to do it. And then all of a sudden, now they're in their rented Lamborghini, and now all of a sudden they're selling a course, all with this screenshot from a draft order. And then the worst part is what they'll do is they'll start screenshotting their course sales and being like, new store just opened up. I'm like, all right. Like, it's so, like on my side, it's so obvious because I've obviously seen the ins and outs of dropshipping as well as the course side and everything. But a lot of them will actually start with the draft orders. And I know a lot of you don't know that you can even do that or even realize that this might have happened. But that's where a lot of these people online started. And I'm gonna get, at the end of this video, be sure to watch to the end because I'm gonna get into how you can tell who's real and who's fake, and just try to gauge that. That's by far the number one most common thing I see of people trying to scam other people is they just make draft order stores and they're like, yeah, I'm doing like, 25,000 a day when they're really not doing any amount of dollars a day. They're just doing it to sell a course, which is fucking stupid for sure. So another way that gurus try to fake their results, and this is also what I consider a red flag whenever I see someone who has a course or who's trying to sell something to the following or monetize their following, it's whenever they pay for followers. That is a massive, massive red flag to me, and it should be a massive red flag to you. And there are several ways to tell if someone paid for their followers. If they have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're only getting a couple hundred likes, obviously they're fake. That's 100% fake by far. But likes are easy to fake too. So maybe they have 100,000 followers and they're getting 10% of that, which is about 10,000 likes per photo. Okay, that's pretty easy. You can hire services to give you fake likes. To tell if they're fake likes or not, there's two ways. You can actually go into the likes themselves and scroll through and then look at the profiles that are liking this. If 90% of their profiles are from India, because that's where a lot of these profiles are based out of, because that's where the service mostly comes from, it's fake. It's fake, okay? 100% fake, all right? Now, if they're getting the 10,000 likes, so maybe you go through the likes and, all right, they looks kind of legit. Next, you want to go to their comments. If they're getting like 20, 30 comments when they have 10,000 likes, it's fake. I promise you, it is fake. And that one's a little harder to do, to get fake comments, because there's ways around it, which I'm about to get into right now. But the reason I'm covering this is because these are the type of people you want to stay away from. The type of people who have like hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube, but really they're only getting like 2,000 to 3,000 views a video. Like, they're fake. Only fake people are willing to pay for fake followers, all right? Only fake people are willing to pay for fake subscribers. And those fake people are also willing to fake results, all right? There's actually no possible way you can tell if someone's results are real or not. Like, concrete. You cannot concrete know if anyone's results are fake or not because they have full control of the way they're perceived. The only way you guys can tell is just by following this video, looking at them, and just gauging it for your own, all right? If you're real, real recognize real always, while the real can recognize the real and the fake. That's something you guys gotta remember. Use your emotion on this one. Do they ever put out valuable content? All right? Do they ever put out valuable content at all? Or are they always trying to peddle this course with screenshots of their students or screenshots of their stores that aren't doing anything at all? I remember I got this email. I would say no offense to this guy, but I do give offense to this particular person because he emailed me and he's like, hey Scott, I've been working with this guy, and he tagged his YouTube. I'm growing his YouTube, and we've grown him from 100,000 subscribers to 1.7 million. I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty impressive. I go to the guy's YouTube. This guy has 1.8 million followers. He's getting between 3,000 to 6,000 views of video. I have, what would that be? I have about 5% of his following, and I'm getting about 10 times more than his views. It doesn't make sense to me at all, okay? Again, if someone's willing to do that to their profile, just think about what they're willing to do to you, all right? Just remember this. Just remember this, because this is extremely important information that's coming at you, and I just don't want to see anyone get scammed because I'm tired of seeing these people, claiming they've started 7-figure businesses when all they do is speak at events. Like their 7-figure business that they're speaking about at the event is the event itself. You just won't realize it because they don't like to do intros, or they don't like to do or they don't like to talk about that life too much. Those are huge red flags for me. Like from the beginning, I've been open with you guys. Like you can go back to the beginning of my YouTube channel. That's only when I've made, I think I was only at like $120,000 dollars online, which is obviously way changed now, but like it's hilarious to me. Like it's funny when I go on my YouTube video ideas, some of the first ideas are like how I made $60,000 from one product, because I've been doing this from the very beginning when I started getting results, just so you guys could follow along with me. And I've been making these YouTube videos not for the fact of trying to prove my prove my authenticity, but more for I'm just trying to help people get out of the 9-to-5 lifestyle, more like the 9-to-5 mindset. And I feel like based on my messages I get blown away with every single day, I've been able to change a lot of lives. But anyway, back onto the topic. There's also many services you can use in order to see if someone's followers jumped up dramatically overnight. One of the tactics that a lot of people are using right now to grow their Instagram is they'll go on a giveaway Instagram, mainly geared towards India or like those countries that engage a fuck ton, okay? And what they'll do is they'll do iPhone giveaways. This is one of the most popular ways to grow Instagram, popular ways to grow YouTube channels, but it's all fake. It's all fake. What they'll do is they'll run iPhone giveaways to these poorer countries, and they'll say, follow this person, like whatever, and that's how you enter, and then they'll give away an iPhone, and they just keep doing that. That's how you see people go from like 10,000 followers to like 500,000 in like a couple weeks. It doesn't make sense to me why you would want to do that, and it also really fucks up your engagement rate, so that, yeah, these people online, they perceive to be a big dog, but in reality, they can't pull more than 70 people into a concert when they have 1 million followers, like that one lady. I forget her name, but I bring that up all the time. Social media is the biggest illusion ever. That's why from the beginning, I've never wanted to buy a follower, I've never wanted to buy a like, and I never ever will, because the only people I want my content going to are the people who actually follow me to follow me, not someone I tricked into following me, not some organic growth tool, follow me, follow you, nothing like that. I only want people who follow me to follow me for me, and I don't want it to be for any other reason, or that's gonna fuck up the engagement rate, and that means it's not gonna deliver to the people I actually want it to deliver to, and then my whole account's shit. That's why you see so many accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're getting hundreds of likes. It just looks terrible, and then that account's permanently ruined. There's nothing you can do to take those back. There's actually a new feature on Instagram where you can tell if they have fake followers. It's very strange, so I think Instagram's like low-key rolling it back because it's exposing a lot of people. But on some accounts, you can see it. If account looks suspicious, you can go up to the top bar where the 3 dots are, and you can click about this account, and you can go to that, and it'll show this account has shared followers. Now, the funny thing is, it's like, just a couple weeks ago, I was looking at accounts that I knew were fake, and they had tons of shared followers. That means they have like 60% of their following is linked to this iPhone giveaway Instagram. Now all of a sudden I go to the studying profiles, and all of a sudden there's no shared profiles. So that's something I'm very suspicious about, because I believe the people who chose to do it the fake way deserve to get exposed. Another way to tell if someone's fake or not, or doing fake results, I think this video is gonna be mutated into more like how to tell the real from the fake, basically. And if someone's real, that's someone you should actually trust. If they're fake and they're doing fake shit, definitely don't trust them. So this next part is, if you go to their profile and maybe they're getting 70,000 likes a photo and they're getting a suspicious amount of comments, like 5,500 comments on it, look through the comments and see what the comments do. If a lot of those comments, probably most of them, are emojis or like a word, but it's spread out character to character to character to character to character to character to character, that means these people are competing in a giveaway, and they are growing their profile through like off-brand giveaway contests, which again, that's something you should never, that's something you should be very wary of, because again, going back to the beginning of this video, I would never trust someone who's willing to fake their account, because what else are they willing to fake? I only surround myself with the real. Even if they get on my nerves sometimes, at least I know they're keeping it real with themselves, and that's something I can at least respect. It's hard for me to respect someone who's faking the results, who's faking their YouTube subscribers, who's faking their Instagram following, who's faking every aspect of their life in order to give this persona. Like a common thing they'll do is they'll rent a car and then they'll claim it as their own. Or if they rent a car and they're shooting Facebook ads with it, that's a red flag to me personally too. Just because why would they be renting a car and then be flexing it on a Facebook ad if they didn't want to mutate the perception of themselves into something that they're actually not? I personally never done that. For my personal brand, I've only run 2 Facebook ads, and one was me walking on the beach, and then the second one was when I moved into this apartment. Just because I always got real bad vibes from those people who did that, who are I don't know. You really, it just comes down to this. I don't want this video to get too off topic. I don't want it to get too far-fetched or anything like that. If someone can't tell you what their business is, that should be the biggest red flag in the world. If they refuse to talk about what their business is, chances are you're getting monetized and you don't even know it into their business, which is their only business, because they can't talk about any other businesses they've done except for the business that you're at and you're participating in right now. All right? So that's a huge red flag to me. Be very careful of the draft orders. And also this, guys, be very careful of fake testimonials. Testimonials, that's the easiest thing you could possibly fake. Easiest thing you could possibly fake. Best way to go about attacking that is by actually messaging the people themselves and asking them what they're how they did it. Is this real, whatever? Because I know on my site, simplifiedropshipping.com, I have tons of testimonials, and these people hit me up all the time. The people I screenshotted, and they're like, damn, I'm getting tons of messages from people who think this is fake. It doesn't make sense. And I'm like, yeah, they think it's fake because there are a lot of fake people in this niche. And that's what I discovered coming into it. I didn't realize how many there were until I actually got into this online business space. But this online business space is filled with felons, filled with scammers, filled with everything. That's why it's I'm extremely careful with who I collaborate with. I've only done 2 collaborations in my life, as you guys know. Joshua Earp, the king of SEO a couple months ago, and then Jared Getz now, just because he revolutionized dropshipping, and his stuff is actually documented. The man is also responsible for blowing up Yik Yak and all this. So when these people come on your feed, or when you meet these people even in person, or you see them speak at an event, just have these thoughts in their head. Do a social audit of their website, do a social audit of their character for sure. If they're a dick, oh God, that's a huge red flag. If they're an actual dick, because I don't know, guys, most of the time when I see people who are actual assholes to the crowd or actual assholes to people, they're the ones who have been scamming and lying to themselves and the public so much that they have so much frustration in their head, and they can't answer one fucking question about an e-commerce question, and unless they make it very philosophical and they talk about doubling down and all this shit. That really pisses me off because it's given all of us legit people a really, really, really bad name, and you can just see it on their face. You can see it on their face. Especially if you're a real person, listen to those thoughts, listen to those red flags that are popping off in your head. Oh, and I forgot about this, all right? This is the #1 way to find out if someone has fake followers or not, on Instagram at least, all right? On Instagram. And it's so funny when this actually happens and they don't even realize it. And this is the same reason a lot of them refuse to do this, because it will easily expose them like immediately. A lot of these people who pay for followers, and pay for likes and everything, you won't catch them on Instagram Live ever. Now, why do you think that is? Why do you think they refuse to go on Instagram Live? It's pretty obvious, all right? Because how would it look if they have 200,000 followers and they go Instagram Live and 15 people are watching, or 20 people are watching, or even 50 or 100 people are watching? Like, that is a telltale way to know that their following is fake, to know that their lifestyle is fake, to know that their results are fake, and to know that they themselves are fake. That is the #1 way. That's why a lot of these people are terrified to go live, because they tried it once and they're just embarrassed, and instead of blaming themselves, they probably blame their following, and they probably started cursing up a fucking storm, like a lot of these fake ass people do when they get questioned on anything or when things don't go their way. Just be very cautious of those who are deep into the network marketing. And what network marketing is, at least in my belief, I have no clue really what it actually is because I've never done it myself, but that's just what I call whatever this is, and I assume this is what it is. They say your network is your net worth. I think that's very fake personally myself, but people will take that to the extreme and they will try to make themselves look legit by only hanging out with other influencers or other people in the e-commerce space, and then that's how they get your ass on scamming you with a course, scamming you with a mastermind, because they're like, oh, look at my profile, I'm with all these people, but guess what? They haven't done shit. They haven't done shit at all. They're just hanging with the right people, networking with the right people, taking pictures with the right people, so that the perception online will make it seem like they're doing good, to make it seem like they have results with their fake ass draft orders and all that bullshit. But in reality, they haven't done anything. They're just trying to peddle off a digital course. And that's why at the very beginning, I was very hesitant to even get into the course side of this, because obviously you guys know I do have a course, Simplified Dropshipping, in the description. But I'm very glad I did, because I think a lot of you can tell the difference between a legitimate course now and a fake course. Like, I think we're close to 4,000 members in Simplified Dropshipping, which is absolutely amazing. We're getting incredible results. But each of these testimonials I'm showing, just like I mentioned before, are legitimate. People message them, they message back, they can prove it. While you go to these other courses, I've had people try to sell their own course with my testimonials, with my results, with my format, and it just makes them look so stupid. It just makes them look so stupid. All right, guys, well, I'm just gonna wrap this up. I kind of just laid my thoughts out there. I hope you guys don't ever get scammed by a fake ass motherfucker who's given all of us a bad name just because they want to try to make a quick buck and they don't have a shred of dignity to their name. And I hope they all get exposed from this video. I do want to mention there are plenty of tools to see if someone's profile is fake or not. Like I said, Social Blade is one of them, but ever since the Zuckerberg trials, they had to draw back a little bit. You can't go to the lifespan of the account anymore. But there's plenty of things on Google. You can just Google to see if someone's followers are fake or not. Because nowadays you can fake anything. You can fake YouTube views. You can fake YouTube subscribers. Again, people have over 100,000 subscribers and they're getting 3,000 to 4,000 views a video. Or like that one guy, 1.8 million subscribers, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 views a video, because he's like, all right, I know this big group of people actually want to see my stuff, but fuck them. I want my perception to look cooler. So I'm just going to bring in 1.5 million fake followers to make my stuff look cooler. And then the algorithm tanks him and he loses all credibility, all dignity. and so on. Sorry guys, I actually just finished filming the video, so I just need to add one more thing. And lastly, an easy way these gurus or whatever fake their results is that they don't even like to mention their Facebook ads, or like they like to pretend like they don't even use Facebook ads or something like that. And maybe they don't, but the issue with that is, like I covered this in my $0 to $1,000 a day in 3 days video. Like I was very honest through that video. Again, hopefully that's how you guys can tell I'm real, because I was actually honest about how I was losing money the first 2 days and then I made a little bit of a profit on the third day or whatever. But what they'll do is maybe they'll spend $100,000 on ads and they'll make $90,000 in revenue that week. Little do you guys know they lost $30,000 this week. But to the untrained eye, to the untrained mind in this realm, I was like this too when I first started dropshipping. They would look at it and be like, holy shit, man, 90,000 a week. This guy's fucking a baller. I want to be just like this guy. No. A lot of people out there are faking that aspect. They're just leaving out the fact that they're losing money on Facebook ads. I'm going to cover this. This is just a quick story. We had an issue with a kid. This is the only kid I've ever had to kick out of simplified dropshipping. He came in and he not only kept bashing my strategies, but then he kept bragging about making like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a day with his stupid screenshots on Shopify. First off, I already talked to the kid. It wasn't his store, it was his buddy's store. Second off, he kept messaging me, bro, cry face, cry face, cry face. I'm losing so much money. Can you please help me? And then on the same day, he's bragging to the Facebook group about how he's making $6.5 thousand and how low-key the one product format doesn't work. No, he just came from an extremely rich family. He was definitely okay with losing a lot of money in ad spend in order to have this perception that he was a rock star and self-made, when really he was just losing tons of money and hitting me up, hitting other successful people in the group up about how can I stop losing all this money? So that is the type of person that you need to avoid online, in person, and in general, because you can see the two perceptions. He was being real with me, I'm losing hundreds, and then he was being fake with the vast majority of people, I'm making thousands. All to have this perception, all because of insecurities. So I just want to inject this right into the video, and here's the closeout. So guys, that's the end of this video. I just want to remind all of you, keep it real no matter what. Do not allow society to turn you into a fake person. There are more than enough fake people out there. You guys just use your common sense, use your inclinations, use your emotions to gauge whether or not the person you're talking to, the person you're hearing speak, the person you're viewing on YouTube or whatever, if they're fake or not. You can tell this through a variety of ways, as I just mentioned before. But it all comes down to you yourself keeping it real, so that real can recognize real. Because if you're fake and you're acting in a fake manner and you got fake people around you, it's going to be hard to tell when another fake person comes around you who seems to be real when they're really not. Because if you're real, you can tell. If you're fake, you cannot. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment what you think about this in the description below. If you have anything to add on to this of how you can gauge who's fake and who's not, and how these people fake results all the time, you can leave that below. I'll be sure to heart it so it pins up to the top. And if you're a real one like me, I like to think I'm pretty real, hit subscribe and hit like, because I appreciate that so much. So thank you guys so much for watching. Plenty more videos on the way.